I'm just about to start White Horse Path. That's an intimidating thing to see at the start. We don't actually climb up all the way around there. We kind of climb around the front. Alright, so here we go for hike number 3 of the Trail Razor on the Go. Today I'm heading out by myself on White Horse. I couldn't convince any of my hiking buddies to come on this one with me. But it is what it is. This is a challenging hike, so I don't blame anybody for thinking twice about it. Looks like it's going to be kind of a cloudy day with a bit of sun. Hello there, puppy. Hello. Hi. Cloudy day with a bit of sun. I might get showers. It's what it is. This is a challenging hike. I'm going to try to get some video of the big climbs and whatnot, and give you some idea what it looks like. But 18 point something kilometers, and yeah, gonna be a good time. Alright, I'll see you out on the trail. Alright, here we go. I've actually never done White Horse in this direction, so this should be an interesting hike. See some views in a different way, different perspective than what I've seen them previously on my last couple of times doing this trail. So as I mentioned, I've done this trail a couple of times, but never in this direction, and never as a day hike. I have only ever hiked White Horse as a part of a larger through hike, where I stayed out in mid-trail, and as an overnight where I stayed out in mid-trail. So doing this all in one shot is a bit of a challenge. I got the great day. It's the moody out today. Anyhow, yeah, doing this trail all in one shot presents challenges. It's a challenging trail, but in the end, it's only 18-ish kilometers, and you know, I've definitely hiked that in a day. So it's just a matter of taking your time. You can see we've got a big climb in front of us. Here we go. Well, there's Bauline down there. Big hills, beautiful views. At least I wore the right footwear today. Needed on this trail, that's for sure. Crowhead Pond. All props to the East Coast Trail Association for the incredible job they've done of creating, I guess, to a certain extent, this trail, but certainly hardening and maintaining it. You know, this is why we're out here doing this Trail Razor today. And this is why we're out here doing this Trail Razor today. You know, to kind of give back in any way that I can to the East Coast Trail Association, who've provided me with, you know, some of the most important experiences of my entire life hiking these trails. I just love the East Coast Trail. So yeah, that's what we're doing out here, and thanks. I can't say it enough. I can't give the East Coast Trail Association a big enough thanks for the incredible work they've done over the years on the trail. Check out these guys. That plowed out area that we saw back there is it's just to one side of the trail. We're in Marine Park now. That's what this is. There's a little gazebo there with a couple of viewing telescopes. So kind of alongside that gazebo there now. So this is the view you get. It's pretty spectacular. Some really crazy views on this trail. Some of the incredible landscape going forward. So way out that way is Cripple Cove, and we gotta go around the corner to get to Cape St. Francis. So you got a ways to go. First winter chanterelles of the year for me. Little guys. I was used to find them when I was hiking the AT at these high elevations as well. This is what they look like on the underside. Kind of like the other chanterelles in their gills, but the coloration's very different. Sometimes called yellow legs because of the yellow stalk. A lot of partridge berries. They're definitely on the way. Not quite ripe yet. Rule of thumb is you wait until first frost. But they're coming along. It's a bit of a steep climb down as you approach the edge of Marine Park. That's where we're heading, way down there. That's the edge of the park. We're at the park boundary. I just stopped for a lunch break. There's actually a really nice campsite just about 100 meters in from here. If you are climbing that big hill behind the sign, you've gone too far. It's nice, sheltered, flat. Yeah, nice spot. Call this Old Man's Beard. If I recall from the last time I hiked through here, there's a pretty good patch of this. Very cool. So the kind of theme of this whole thing with the trail razor and whatnot for me is about motivation. Why it is that I hike. After I hiked the AT, I didn't feel very motivated to hike for a long time. I spent 2 months hiking and kind of got really bored of it, you know, like especially that kind of hiking where I was, you know, going through the woods for hours on end. So I haven't hiked a heck of a lot in the last few months since coming back from the States and doing the AT. But the trail razor is a good motivation for me. It's like, you know, a little bit of a challenge to myself to get out and do these 12 hikes in this 8 weeks. And today I'm really feeling good out here. Whitehorse is a fantastic trail and I'm really enjoying the hike today. It's been awesome. So, you know, it highlights the whole why I do this whole thing. You know, a hike like I'm having today is the motivation that you need to get out and do more hikes because it's absolutely awesome out here. Yeah, whatever it takes to motivate yourself, that's the real trick. It's been a challenge for me, but you know, you gotta get out there and get hiking and enjoy it, because once you're out here, it you know, you kind of realize why you're doing what you're doing and what you were missing. And yeah, that's what it's all about. Really nice views up here. This is what I just hiked through. Another good example of things we can thank the ECTA for. First time I climbed up over this again, just like that last section that I talked about, there were no stairs, and it was very overgrown, and it was a slog. But check this out. It's still a big climb, but thank you, East Coast Trail Association, for the stairs and the work you've done clearing this out. So we are at the Long Will, I think that's the name of the campsite. You can see how exposed it is. I mean, I guess they didn't have a heck of a lot of choice to kind of put it in the trees a little bit, but I mean, it's not like I'm staying on one of these tent platforms. Oh yeah, that's a great spot for a fire, folks. Right in the middle of the trail. Thank the genius who did that. Anyhow, this is why they ban open fires on the trail, because people can't keep it together enough to do it sensibly. Anyhow, here's the other campsites for that Long Will campsite. Getting rained on, oh no! I gotta put the camera away. Anyway, hopefully you can see it. Pretty exposed up here. There's a woodpecker on that tree there. He's got a yellow spot on the top of his head. Black stripes. He's like blue jay sized. Here he goes. Let's see if you can get a look at him in that tree. There he is. There he goes. Very cool. Maybe a bit bigger than a blue jay. The yellow spot on his head. He's not worried about me at all. He flew right by me. Look at this guy just hovering on the wind. Not sure what kind of bird it is, but it's big. Have to do the climb down to Cripple Cove. And right down there, that's the Cripple Cove rocks. So we're gonna go down there and then climb back up out. Over across the way, there's the trail out. So we're making our way to the end of White Horse Path. So there were some posts recently on the Facebook group about further hiking. I guess you would assume that how to get to the shortcut on this trail that skips past Cape St. Francis and the chain section, the Sargon section. If you take a look here, there's this signage that says Cape St. Francis Trailhead. 2.2 kilometers. The actual trail continues on in this direction, and back here there's an unmarked trail. It continues on in that direction. That's the one that you would take for that. That's the old route for this trail. It was rerouted around the lighthouse. So this is like a shortcut and old unofficial route. And this is how to get there. So it's at that. is actually one of my favorite sections of this trail. We're walking on a ridge. You can see on this side, looking down towards Cribble Cove. It's pretty spectacular. We take a look on the other side. Oh, that is Biskin Cove. Right down there. So this is one of these like special places on the trail for me. These ghostly white, I guess the remains of Tuckamore. They call this starragans. These things are starragans. Anyway, it is just like hauntingly beautiful, I guess, the way to describe it. I think at one point there was a fire out here that destroyed all the Tuckamore that was out here. And this is what remains. Anyway, very cool section of the trail to walk through. So we'll check out those chains right up there on the hill. Right there. There's Cape St. Francis. We are climbing up around the back there and then out onto the rocks there by Cape St. Francis. So you get a better look at the section with the chain link right up there at the top of that cliff. Like I said, it looks worse than it actually is. And one more time, this section used to be a rope-assisted climb up here above Biskin Cove, and it's now stairs, thanks to the East Coast Trail Association. I think that's my ride. That's good timing. We are out over Biskin Cove. You got a nice view of Biskin Cove from up here, that's for sure. Check that out. Pretty nice. And here we are at Cape St. Francis. It used to be a lighthouse out here. It's I guess it's an automatic lighthouse and a helipad now, but there's not as much action out here as there once was. But still a pretty spectacular end of the trail. And the sun came up with an added bonus. There it is, the trailhead. There's my ride. And that's White Horse Path. Check out the view when you get to the trailhead. Pretty nice. Alright, so that's the first 3 done. I'll be out next weekend to do a couple more. The next section of the Trail Razor starts next week. I'm not sure what the hikes are, but anyway, I'll see you out there.